Time living with Mr. Combs, he was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and authorized groping and touching of his anus. He says, as a heterosexual man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expresses to his own discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, whatever. It says they responded to his complaint by saying, you know, Sean will be Sean.
Yo, what's good? Life is Strange here. Like, sub, do all that. But I'm gonna skip the long intro and get right into DJ AKADEMIKS crashing out on stream again. No, not like that. This time in a good way. He called out Young Miami of City Girls and called her the Black Jelaine Maxwell. I know that's crazy, and also we got Diddy being exposed for more fruity escapades. But with all that out the way, let's get right into Stream clips.
See, Carisha, I'm telling you that Lil Rod's lawsuit's full of shit. But we think your new nickname is going to be Carisha Maxwell. Okay, I don't even know your last name. But we're going to put Maxwell on it because you're the new Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay? You're the chick that is the motherfucking help to the Diddy Jeffrey Epstein operation. You thought you was all special popping all that. Like, come on, girl. Diddy first of all, Diddy like watching men fuck women. He don't even like fuck bitches himself. That's already weird, okay? So if Diddy was fucking with you that heavy, he probably had a fucking couple, he probably had like at least a dozen niggas from Opal Laka with motherfucking like half their teeth is like just goals and the other shit is just cavities. They're all just taking turns donkey fucking you while he's jerking off with the Jergens in the back with the little laptop there, and he got like his motherfucking GoPro videoing you just getting plowed out. We know what's going on. Here's the problem with you. What you're going to have to answer for is that you have been seemingly co-signing all the things that many different people, and we ain't talking about Lil Rod, he's a liar, many people have said about Diddy, okay? So let's actually explore, okay? So first and foremost, right? We've been saying it for the longest time, girl, right? And I got receipts for everything. October 28th, 2021, I'm on a private island with Diddy. Man, stop it, nigga. Y'all on Jeffrey Epstein type island, man. I want to propose. I got no proof of this, so you can't sue me, you fucking bitch. Here's the point. Young Miami been with all this fuck shit forever. Okay? That's my theory. I don't know the truth. I'm just saying. She been with this shit forever. She been on private islands with this nigga. She's vouching for other women's sexual promiscuity. And she's also even saying that other women are down to do certain sexual acts if he asks or demands them to. So anyway, in 2021, you hear Carisha Maxwell says she's on a private island with Diddy, and of course she got this face. You know what this face is? This is the bead of sweat that builds up on your fucking forehead right before Diddy starts whacking his dick off to you getting piped out by 50 niggas. Okay, so now that's not the only thing, because trust me, I gathered all my proof because I had to figure out what the fuck was going on. Okay. Remember when she said that Gina girl? Now, y'all know Gina? Y'all know Gina? Gina, my friend. Low-key, I'm trying to get Gina to come on here. But Gina worried about if Diddy, like, Gina, hey, I'm going to talk to you real quick publicly. It's all good. Gina's in the place right now. She want to expose Diddy, but she think that if Diddy's still going to be a billionaire after this, she want the money. So I get it. It's just a regular bitch. She's saying that, I don't care about the nigga, but if he's still going to be rich, I do care about him, okay? That's all she's trying to say. So she said, if he ain't going to be dead broke, I will not expose him. And I understand that. Okay. Yes. Diddy, holla at me. I'll vet your girl. Gina was down to spill the beans. She want to expose you like a motherfucker, but she just wants to make sure you're going to have money. Because if you have money, you're going to still pay for a lifestyle. I don't know what type of whores you got, brother. Okay. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Remember when Carisha Maxwell said that Gina was a eater? And that none of the shit that and I said none of y'all ain't even saying even ask, how the fuck did you know that? How the hell would a girl know that another girl's an eater and just been like eating other bitches out? Like the eater usually means like a girl who will be like engaging in promiscuous same gender acts and eating out other girls. How did nobody have a problem with that? Okay. So I said, man, I told y'all, them freak offs must have been facilitated by Carisha Maxwell. Now, let's get to these goddamn tweets. So, like, back in 2022, December 13th, we had Young Miami who was beefing with Young Gina, whatever her name is, saying that if I wanted you to eat my pussy, Diddy would have, and this is the important part, Diddy would have. If I wanted you to do A, Diddy would have done B. Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. You're a eater, okay?
Hey, I didn't say any of that about Young Miami. DJ Academics did. Let's get that clear. Calling someone the new Ghislaine Maxwell is probably one of the most disrespectful things you can say to a person. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm not saying it's not. I mean, there hasn't been anybody rocking with P. Diddy since 2020 harder than Young Miami, and that's true 100%. Also, no cap, the tweets that Ak were reading from her were not good at all. It's one of those situations when it's pointed out you can't help but notice it now. Like, I never thought much of her tweets, especially the ones where she was like, if I wanted you to eat my cat, Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. But now I think about it, I'm like, damn, that tweet didn't age well at all. Little tweets like that be making me wonder, could it all just be one big coincidence, or is there more at play, and is Young Miami's tweet somewhat of a red herring to what's really going on at Diddy's freak-offs? I don't know. Y'all make sure to let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. Man, this is all just super crazy. Let's move on to the next clip of Academics diving into this essay allegations brought up upon Diddy from a rapper Lil Rod.
And here's a lawsuit that Lil Rod filed. We're going to go through it, and I'm going to be objective, okay? Yo, Young Miami, you fucking whore. I'm going to be on your head top forever, okay? You played with me enough, and your little sugar daddy Diddy, he can't DM me no more, okay? That nigga, if he DM me, the first thing I'm going to say to him is, nigga, what the fuck is your statement? Because we about to go. He ain't going to DM me no more, okay? So he don't care about your whore ass no more. Southside, who's your baby daddy, he don't talk about you. You know what I mean? He's just say I'm funny. Like, he don't say nothing positive or negative about you. He just don't give a fuck. So whatever you got going on, it's on you, all right? Let's get straight to the bullshit, though. Anyway, this is the lawsuit. It says plaintiff Rodney Jones is American, blah, blah, blah. Diddy's, blah, blah, blah. Yo, this is how you know they're playing with Diddy already. Now, they told about the defendant, and then here's the summary of the events. Let's read this, chat. From September 22 to November 2023, Mr. Jones produced 9 songs on Mr. Combs' Love album. Mr. Jones lived with Mr. Combs for months at a time, spent holidays, birthdays, and missing major family events. He resided at Mr. Combs' residence in Los Angeles, California, New York City, and Miami, Florida. Mr. Jones also spent several weeks on a yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, he witnessed and experienced and endured many things that went far beyond the role of a producer on the Love album. The claims raised in a complaint have been corroborated through witness statements, video and audio recordings, and images that Mr. Jones has had in his possession. He required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. On several occasions, he took his cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of footage or hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. He's secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. The display and distribution of unregistered firearms. Mr. Combs providing laced beverages to minors. What? And sex workers at his homes in California, New York, and U.S. Virgin Islands, Florida. Mr. Combs' chief of staff, this girl, KK, instructing her staff to retrieve drugs so she could provide to Mr. Combs for his consumption. Christian Combs, oh my God, this is the youngest one, drugging and sexually assaulted a woman. What? Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact on his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. Young Miami's cousin and or assistant sexually assaulted Mr. Jones. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually harassed and assaulted Mr. Jones. rapper, whoever, on Mr. Combs' yacht, consorting with underage girls and sex workers, and an R&B singer in Mr. Combs' LA home, consorting with underage girls and sex workers. What? That's crazy. On or about September 12th, 2022, Mr. Combs held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio in California. Present at this camp were Mr. Combs, his son friend G. Mr. G was a 30-year-old tall African-American male. In addition to these individuals, other musicians were present at his camp. This writer has spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Mr. Combs and J. Combs and G were in a heated conversation. The conversation was moved out of the studio and into a restroom adjacent to where Mr. Jones was sitting. Mr. Jones was apparently 2 feet away when gunshots rang out. Mr. Jones recalls hearing multiple gunshots. He immediately went into a state of shock and feared that he would be shot next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be shot through the door. Due to how close he was, after the shooting ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and Justin Combs exited. G was lying on the floor in the fetal position, holding his stomach, bleeding out of his leg and hip area. Everyone stood around looking up at G, frustrated by the lack of aid to Mr. Jones. To G, Mr. Jones dropped everything. Okay, what the fuck? What is this? Okay, he puts the article where that's at. Mr. Jones said, oh my God, it says screenshots of the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot at by either Mr. Combs or Justin Combs. So supposedly they shot, Diddy shooting people? Am I tripping?
I mean, let's keep it a bean. I don't think any of us are surprised about the drugs and guns being around Diddy, right? But Diddy allegedly drugging minors is crazy, man. If that's true, that is just so fucked up. I could never imagine being drugged without knowing and feeling like I'm not in control of my actions. Stay safe out there, youngins, please. Back over to the rapper Lil Rod. I can't tell if he is bullshitting or not. Maybe he is just a little angry that he got put in a bad record deal by Diddy, but maybe both can be true. Hearing Ak read the part about how Diddy would always try to grope the rapper had me cringing, man. Diddy is just weird to me now. No matter what outcome happens after all this, I'm not gonna cap. The media did a great job of ruining this man's image. If he didn't do any of this stuff, which I highly doubt, there's so much stuff he had to do. At least a little of it, right? Let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. I knew Diddy was super fruity, but I didn't know he was gangster and walking dudes down and allegedly giving them leg eyes. But I guess when you have billions, you can do things like that. Let's move on to the final clip from Ak's stream.
Mr. Jones has the clothing he wore that day and believes it might still have stains and DNA of G's blood. The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the restaurant where G was shot by either Mr. Combs or Justin Combs. Clearly, G was not outside the studio. Oh my God, this is crazy. Sound like the producer was acting up and, yo, Diddy get that nigga leg eyes, bro. Like, jeez. Says Mr. Jones was sexually assaulted and harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs. Here we go. Throughout his time living with Mr. Combs, he was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and authorized groping and touching of his anus. What the fuck? Ain't the anus where your shit come out? Why the hell would Diddy be grabbing a nigga by his butthole? These events took place in LA, New York, and Florida, and the United States Virgin Island. He says as a heterosexual man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expresses to his own discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, whatever. It says they responded to his complaint by saying, you know, Sean will be Sean. Also attempted to downplay Mr. Combs groping him by the anus and the genitals as friendly horseplays, stating that those acts were Mr. Combs' way of showing that he likes you. Despite these assurances on several occasions, when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around his house naked, KK would say, okay, I'm leaving now, and she would disappear. KK's hypocrisy is breathtaking at best and or enabling at worst. Mr. Jones believed that KK aided and abetted, oh my God, Mr. Combs' sexual assault of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Through these sexual deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious acts. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated. What the So it says Mr. Combs was attempted to groom this guy into a gay sex act. Okay? Now, let's read this. It says Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to him, idolized him, and music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, Stevie J. So he looked up to Diddy and Stevie J. Says Stevie J is blah, blah, blah. He says Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration to groom and entice him into homosexuality. Now, this is where, like, I actually feel like this person is playing on social media narratives more than they're actually speaking about real shit. He went as far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. This was done to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Mr. Combs, this is normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. See, that sounds like a fake quote. I'm gonna be honest with you. So Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with a rapper, whatever, and a singer, whatever, and Stevie J. So they're saying that this guy, if he's telling the truth, he's saying Diddy engaged in a sexual intercourse activity with him, an R&B singer, and Stevie J. He promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. The following are the screenshots of the video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male, and Mr. Jones, or Mr. Combs, wow. Then it says, on Thanksgiving 2022, he's sexually assaulted by a young Miami's cousin. On Thanksgiving Day 2022, Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousin was also present. He was intoxicated and offered cocaine. What the fuck? To Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, young Miami's cousin burst in the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believed that Mr. Combs sent her in there to sexually assault Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing oral sex on Mr. Jones' exposed penis. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. Young Miami's cousin did not accept his rejection and proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and staff. Holy shit. He said, once again, Mr. Jones pushed her off. The following images are from the video of a young Miami. Oh, wow. What are these things? On or about February 2nd, 2023, incident, Mr. Jones believed Mr. Combs drugged him, and he recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in a bed with two sex workers and Mr. Combs. He recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. I don't know what that is. That's sex workers in bed with Mr. Jones the morning after being drugged. On another occasion in Miami, on Thanksgiving, he asked Mr. Jones and this guy to enter a studio bathroom. He asked them for a $100 bill because he wanted to do cocaine with them. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he did not have a $100 bill. He waited a little bit later to do coke with young Miami. What the fuck? I don't know, man. Look, Booby Trap on the River. Now, Booby Trap is a very popular Miami strip club. It says, a part of Mr. Jones' sexual recruitment tools, Mr. Combs provided Mr. Jones with the exclusive Bad Boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to Booby Trap on the River as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Mr. Combs was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit him. Mr. Jones had no desire to visit Booby Trap on the River. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit sex workers from Booby Trap on the River. And he used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting sex workers from Booby Trap on the River. As detailed, Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain domain. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna cap, I'm being like very serious right here. Reporting that your boss is groping you and touching you inappropriately only to have the people who you report this foul play to say, you know that's just Diddy, he be horse playing, is one of the darkest things I've ever heard. Like, what the fuck? Imagine some fruit touching all over you in your private parts only to have the people you confide in tell you that's just his horseplay. Ew, just disgusting, dog. I really can't believe shit like this goes down in the industry, but that's just me being naive and dumb because clearly there are some extremely dark things going on behind closed doors in the music industry. Can I ask y'all a question? A serious question? Do y'all really think Diddy is going to face any legal repercussions? Because the way it looks like to me, it seems like we're just going to keep getting more and more dark weirdo stories coming out about Diddy, but nothing is going to get done. Maybe a lawsuit here and there, but Diddy seems perfectly fine paying off lawsuits. I just want to know if he's going to end up in jail like old Jeffrey E. Because I feel like that's the only way to make the victims truly smile. I don't know though. I can't speak for the victims. I don't know what they want. I've never been through anything close. I just hope everyone involved can find some type of peace, however hard that might be. I hate talking about Diddy because it's just so dark and depressing. I'm pretty worn out from this video, so I'm going to end it right here. But let me know down below in the comments what y'all think about this new information Akademiks brought to the light. But that's going to do it for this video. I'm out.